Alright, so the first game we have here is Alpha Mission 2. It's the US version. It says it's 47 megs. Here's the back of the box. It's just a shoot 'em up, but it's got a really weird system to it, to where you can pick up your power-ups, but you're only allowed to keep those power-ups for a certain amount of time. It's not a bad game, but I still really haven't gotten the grasp of it. Here's the game itself. It's the cartridge is in pretty good condition. Really no scuffs or anything. Here's the manual. For some reason, it's out of the wrapper. But while it's out of the wrapper, we can look at some black and white artwork in there. I should probably read the manual someday to actually get used to it, but when I want to play a Neo Geo game, I usually just pop the game in and just start going from there. I've played it a couple times. It's okay. It's not the best shooter. Yeah, this box here, this is the plastic insert, is all messed up. Got it for this game I got for a pretty decent price, if I remember correctly. One of the first games I picked up when I got the Neo Geo, because it was the case was kind of messed up. The case has got some residue on. I could probably get that off if I really wanted to. So yes, that was Alpha Mission 2. Alright, and the next game we have here is Art of Fighting 2. This is actually the Japanese version, which goes under the name of Ryoko no Ken 2. That's what that actually says there. But as I said before, if I say I want to play the American version, it just comes right up, Art of Fighting 2. This is actually a pretty good fighting game. I say that not really knowing how to play this game. Because it is kind of interesting in that you have special moves, but if you keep using your special moves over time, the power of them actually decreases. And if I remember correctly, the original Art of Fighting was one of the first games to actually zoom in close on the characters when they got close together. Here we have the cartridge, and the cartridge isn't bad. Actually, it's pretty good. There I have the manual. The manual's got some creases in there. Some nice artwork in there too. And we have all our moves. This is another game. A fighting game where I really don't know what I'm doing. I just jump in there and try to do Street Fighter moves and then get my ass kicked. We have another insert. It's kind of stuck in there, like it was glued down in there, but it does have some cracks in it. Overall, Art of Fighting 2 is I'm actually glad they have this game. It wasn't that much. It was a little bit more than say the cheapest Neo Geo games, but again, let's see. What does this say here? Usually they say how many megs this is. This is a 178 meg game. It's fighting. Also, I love on the side of these Japanese boxes where it says "Real Battle Action Game." Gotta love that. All right, next game. Baseball Stars 2, and honestly this is one of my favorite baseball games I've ever played. It's an over-the-top arcade feel. You got just exaggerated animations. It's pretty straightforward to play. I mean, I've been playing and getting around fine. There's just a couple things I haven't figured out how to do, like steal bases and how to control the runners. I'm sure that if I actually look at the manual, I'll be able to figure that out. But it's more fun to actually figure it out on your own. Here's the back of the box. Glare. Yeah, just over the top. It says it's 68 megs. This is the US version. The cover, the label in here is pretty beat up. Again, I try and find the cheapest I can, regardless of condition. I usually only care if it's got a box. And yeah, this cartridge is scuffed up a little bit. And this thing is in there again, but still cracked again. No instruction manual. I'm sure I could look up online to see how to play the game. But yeah, this is one of my favorite baseball games on the well, not just on the Neo Geo, and almost any system anywhere. Almost nothing comes close. This is, just totally awesome. Okay, next game is a side-scroller, Blues Journey. This actually isn't, you know, a top-rated game. It's very interesting. There are, I don't know, you're this, you know, fairy guy or whatever. You got a leaf as a weapon. You knock out your enemies with the leaf, then you can pick them up and throw them. You can also shrink, but when you shrink, you can only take one hit and then you die. But then you have the ability, I don't know if you can run across water or not, but I know you can jump higher. It's kind of like the new power-up in the Mario Brothers, where you become little and you have a greater agility and greater height to jump, but you're also weaker. But it's also required in this game to get into some sections. This is the US version of the game, and interestingly enough, it doesn't say how many megs it is. Yeah, it doesn't, but yeah, here's the back of the box. There's pretty funny English in this game. I played through it with cheating, of course, or the arcade version. See here, we have the cartridge. Scuffs on the. It's another cheap one. Yeah, I can't take out this insert. It's very loose. It's cracked. And there's no instructions as well. But it's a very fun game, nonetheless. I'm glad I have it in my collection. Alright, next game. This is Fatal Fury Special. And this is the Japanese version, which happens to go by the name of Garu Densetsu Special. Yeah, it's a basically kind of like a Street Fighter-ish type game. The thing that set the Fatal Fury series apart from Street Fighter is the fact that you could fight on two planes, so you could jump in the foreground and, you know, jump in the background. So basically, you had two levels of fighting. Yeah, not so hot at this game either. Again, I just try to jump in and do Street Fighter moves. It is a very fun game. It's you know, very nice to look at. At the back of the box here, we have Japanese writing that I can't read, and like almost all these Japanese games, we have real battle action game, which is hilarious. So let's open this up. We have actually cartridges in pretty good condition. We've got a manual here. It's in the wrapper. Take that out, and it's worn a little bit, but there's no real creases. There's Maya, of course. It looks like there's a little comic back there too. I'm actually flipping through this backwards. There we have the characters and their moves, which you could kind of use to you know, help yourself even if you didn't know Japanese. So let's put that back. Back in there. Yeah, so you know, we have Fatal Fury Special.
Here comes the devil!
Beelzebub the clown.